For this video, I'm going to be talking about gamification, what it is, how it's in your life, and how you're likely oblivious to it, and to cite some specific examples of what gamification can do and how it can enhance our every day-to-day life. But first, let me ask you a simple question. We all love our games, right? I sure do. Games, like I'm sure it is with a large number of people, have always played a big part of my life. It likely always will, starting from the days of me being socially inept and locking myself away from everyone else to play games at family Christmases when I was younger, after getting my very first Game Boy, to starting my collection of Nintendo consoles and Mario games, to now being a gaming butterfly, playing online with countless numbers of people at an early adult age, during ungodly and very likely unhealthy late hours, or rather early hours in the morning I should say, both on the Xbox and the PlayStation, with people all over the world no less. Gaming is something that has always been with me, and that likely won't be changing anytime soon. I would consider myself a real gamer at heart. This is why gamification is such an intriguing topic to me. Now, I generally have come to think of gaming as sitting down in front of a TV, a controller in hand, and playing a game you bought from a retailer, such as you see on the screen right now. And although subjective, ask any one random person you pull off the street what entails gaming, and I'm positively sure you'll be gifted a very similar answer. However, maybe that's a traditionalist way of thinking, because in fact, there are several ways of gaming. Gaming in fact is used every day, by almost everyone. Gaming has expanded massively with the course of increasing technology, coming from the traditional style of a controller and couch playing on a TV, to then developing into a handheld console on the move, to now being accessible from your pocket almost at all times. Do you have a smartphone? If your answer is yes, and I'm sure it is unless you've been living under a rock or away on some island to be trained to be a superhero, then chances are that you yourself are to be considered what qualifies as a gamer currently. Here's a striking fact for you. According to Kim Boyan, in Chapter 1 of The Popularity and Gamification in Mobile and the Social Era, says that computer and video gaming is a huge and widely popular industry, as mentioned previously, and the worldwide video game marketplace, which includes video game console and hardware, software, online, mobile, and PC games, was forecast to reach $11 billion as of 2015. What's more interesting is that according to the 2013 State of Online Game Report by Spill Games, the number of people who play games on computers, tablets, and smartphones was expected to surpass $1.2 billion by the end of 2013. For those of whom who are not familiar with the math, that equates to roughly 17% of Earth's population, a considerably hefty sum. Gamification is classified as adopting favorable characteristics of gaming and applying them to something that's not a game, henceforth gamifying it. Something like exercising isn't always the most fun activity, sometimes can be a drag. How do you spruce it up? By gamifying it. Strava is a cycling app and a device that allows you to do just that, and I found someone in my family who uses it daily to explain.
Called Strava to record the ride in general. So we go out and it records everything we do in a ride, up the hills, up and down hills, how fast we go, how far we go. And it's just an app that comes on your phone. And ordinarily I would record the Strava recording. I'd carry my phone in my pocket, and I've got a Garmin recorder head that goes at the front of the bike, and I can see everything that I'm doing with my heart rate, my speed, how fast I'm pedaling and what have you. That all gets recorded in here. The idea of Strava is one to record the ride, but also it gamifies pretty much everything about the competitiveness of what Strava is. I ride a certain hill and a certain speed, and I try and do it faster than the next guy, or a steeper hill than the next guy, and it really just makes the whole riding thing a lot more fun to do. I can ride anywhere in the world on any climb that people have made and recorded to Strava, I can go and compete against their time or their climb, and see how I go, and it's all fun.
The world was taken aback by the hit sensation known as Pokemon Go, a Pokemon game that utilizes gamification in a clever manner, where you have to venture out into the real world to real-time locations to capture these illustrious Pokemon. What bypasses many people is that this game is creating a large influx of exercise around the world, encouraging you to be active, to go out and search a Pokemon, and when you do, you're rewarded with experience points, or XP for short, and a leveling up system, an ingenious tactic. According to Duke University School of Medicine, a study of 200 participants showed that participants walked an extra 2,000 steps per day post-release of the video game app. Furthermore, in the study, the percentage of people walking 10,000 steps per day, equivalent to 4 miles or approximately 6.5 kilometers a day, enough to reach the recommended 30 minutes of moderate daily physical activity, almost doubled from 15 to 27%. According to e-learning industry writer John O'Brien, Pokemon Go attracts us because through using augmented reality and real maps, not only does it encourage players to walk out in the open, it adds the real world to the equation, and the game's concept and interface uses one of the most basic qualities of humankind, our desire of exploration, discovery, and more importantly, a never-ending point collecting lost. These are only just two examples of many. Several other gaming apps such as Zombies Run incorporate several gamification features just like Pokemon Go. Even established gaming consoles like PlayStation and Xbox incorporate gamification within themselves, with their achievement and trophy scores. They go to leaderboards that create a type of competitiveness. Even everyday things like supermarkets where you collect flybys, or where you go to airports and collect frequent flyer points, where these points can eventually be cashed in for prizes like free flights. Gamification is not just a buzzword. It's here to stay, and it's almost in everything.